Hey there, are you as smart as an elephant? That's a crazy question, but you know what? Elephants are really, really smart. Their brains are as biggest brain in the whole animal kingdom, and they are structured very much like humans. But you know what? If you take an elephant from the time it's a child and put a stake in the ground and leave it there, that elephant will learn that it can only go so far before the collar or the stake keeps it from going further, and it will stay there. As smart as it is, as big as its brain is, and as able as it is to learn, that can be a really positive thing, and that can be a really negative thing too. For elephants and for humans, more so for humans, because that's what the enemy does. He drives this stake in the ground, like from childhood. Maybe it's that your parents didn't listen to you, or that you didn't make good grades and the other kids in the school made fun of you. Whatever it was, the enemy took this stake. Maybe you were sexually abused. Maybe you started using drugs early. Maybe you were beaten by one of your parents, or you witnessed a lot of stuff you shouldn't have seen in childhood. The enemy saw that, watched that, took that stake and put it in the ground and hooked you up to it and said, you can't go beyond this. This is dangerous. That's dangerous. You're stuck. This is where you are. And you learned that. And so now you've got to train yourself to be smarter than that little elephant that you were, that was stuck to that post, and say, I'm going outside of that. This is not who I was created to be. This is not okay with me. I'm going to learn who I am and learn who I have the power to be, and stand up in that and become that star of the circus or whatever it is that I'm supposed to be. I'm only saying that because I compared it to an elephant. But it's like, okay, you're going to stay stuck to that stake in the ground and not move away from that bad relationship, not get outside of that job that's not paying you but using you constantly. Keep allowing that child to just walk on you and torture you? Are you going to stand up and be who God's called you to be? When you don't know any better, the enemy can hook you to an immovable object. And it can be your kid, it can be your emotions, it can be your finances. But you know what? Stop trying to get away from that and just become who you're supposed to be. And before you know it, you'll be able to pull that stake right up out of the ground and go stomp off and do whatever you're supposed to be. Don't be convinced through your circumstances that you cannot make it, that you are not enough, that you're not capable, that God won't come through for you. Just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing till you get strong enough to pull up those lies and move on from them. Don't be afraid of those lies. Don't be afraid to look at those lies. Talk to people. Talk to someone you can trust and expose that stuff. Pull that stake up and move on. You are smarter than an elephant, so act like it. God's plan works. Because you don't get where you're going unless you continue. I've been clean for 11 years. Wow. You can do it. It'll make a difference.